Welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about the real meaning of menopause. We have a very limited view of what menopause is in our Western culture. Our narrative is often around overcoming menopause. It's going to be a series of really unpleasant, horrible symptoms. We've pathologized it, made it about really uncomfortable symptoms that we should just get over or manage somehow. And through this, we're actually missing the point. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about what the deeper meaning of menopause is, how to approach it from a very holistic perspective, body, mind, spirit, soul. I'm going to talk about Eastern medicine's view of it. And this will offer you hopefully a shift that will help you, empower you, but maybe even excite you a little bit. So welcome. Welcome to you, you're a radiant woman. My name is Angela Warburton. I have over 25 years of experience working in the clinic with Eastern medicine, nutritional therapy, lifestyle medicine, herbal medicine. I have a background in health sciences, pre-med, Western nutrition, but I really specialize in supporting women through midlife and menopause. And as a midlife woman myself, I've gone through menopause. I understand the journey firsthand. And I get you, I see you. And so I really brought together my personal experience, but the best of what we know from modern science, but combining that with the holistic, time-tested wisdom, inviting all the different parts of you, body, mind, spirit, soul, to the table. So each week I'm going to be exploring different practical tools, insights, natural methods for helping you tend to your body, your perimenopause or menopause body, but also your emotional well-being, your passion, your dreams. I'm here to help you understand these changes and really step into what I call your most radiant life. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So today I'm looking at perimenopause and menopause. And so we like looking at it as a portal. So this is really a portal to a new stage in life. We have these stages, these transitions. Birth gets us, we birth, we become children. Then we go through puberty to become adults that can procreate. And then we go through menopause that takes us into the third stage of life, our wisdom years, these wise woman years. So physiologically, menopause is really set up to conserve our energy. We're born to live to be 100, and it takes a lot of resources to have a cycle every month. And so the body is very wise and will say that is actually now a waste of my resources. So we stop losing blood so we can use it in another way. It's also a time that we strip away things that are leaking our energy that's no longer needed. So it's going to bring to our attention through our mood, through symptoms, through irritations, intolerances, through desire, through whatever's working. It's going to let us know what isn't working in life through symptoms. I say symptoms are our guideposts, getting to know our body, our being tugging at our sleeve saying, hey, will you stop doing that, please? It doesn't work. And what happens through menopause, it will get louder. So instead of a whisper, it's turning into like a, hey, stop it, stop doing that. And so we've often talk about menopause as symptoms. Yes, they're very common, but I'm here to tell you they're not inevitable. There are many women that go through perimenopause and menopause with very few, if any, symptoms. And what's interesting is women who live in Western cultures, in particular North America, we tend to have the most debilitating symptoms. So we want to look at why is that? Why is it that some way that we're living or something that we're doing here is causing women to suffer more, and we don't need to. So the more that we listen and are able to understand what our body is saying through these gentle tugs at our sleeve, or these like screaming in our ear with a bullhorn in the middle of the night, the easier the transition is going to be. So we say that the blood goes during menopause in Eastern medicine, we say the blood goes from our uterus to our heart. So we stop losing blood and start using it. And it's really about stepping into a deeper level of self-expression, of living authentically. And we call it the second spring in Eastern medicine. So it's like a rebirth. So it's like we've lived a lot, we have all this experience, and now we're like, hey, I know myself well enough to say, I don't want to do that anymore. That doesn't work for me. Hey, that feels like crappy. I can't do that. Oh, but that's interesting. Oh, I want to do that. I have energy for that. So really paying attention to what we have energy for and what we don't have energy for. And so these little nudges are like an inner wake-up call for us, and they're really trying to get our attention. And so when we just try to make it go away, let's just get back to normal, which so many women want to do. I just want my life as you know, how it was. We're really missing the point. It's kind of like going through puberty, but wanting to stay a child. It doesn't make sense. There's something on the other side, and I think we have to unpack if we're really going to talk about midlife and menopause. We have a very, in Western culture, we have a very limited and not great story about what it is to be an aging woman. And so if menopause is equated with aging, as something undesirable, then that is playing into a little bit of our view of it as well. But I'm here to tell you that on the other side, going through menopause as this portal, something better is a more authentic life, a more a life in which you are harnessing your energy and your passion, and you've stripped away things that are quite literally dragging you down. So it does require, like, basically we're programmed to grow, right? So menopause is causing a change. We're not static, we're programmed to grow, and each stage of life requires something new, something different. It's not necessarily easy. If you think back to puberty, anyone got teenagers, it's not easy. I'm regularly apologizing to my mother. I'm sorry for being such an asshole, because I was. But then it's like something comes out and we learn and we grow and we step into this new life. So menopause is kind of puberty in reverse in some ways. So where we're so self-conscious in puberty, trying to fit in, being socially acceptable, where it's the opposite in menopause. Less comparison, less worry about being socially acceptable. I just can't, I don't have the energy to care so much about what other people think. This is my life. This is what I'm going to do. So more self-acceptance, more accepting of our body. Yes, there are changes, and it requires a bit of a grieving. That's part of letting go. If you think before spring, we have fall and winter. So we strip away the non-essential, kind of have to be with ourselves and then come out the other side. So it's really tuning into who you are in the world. And anything that we haven't dealt with in Chinese medicine or Eastern medicine, we have these growth cycles that happen every 7 years. So you think 7 years old, 14 years old, average is when a woman gets her period. We look at fertility, things start to decline around 35, and then another 7 years, 49. There's, you know, these differences, not just, it was 14 years and I realized not 7, but these, and so it's almost like a spiral of change. And each of these cycles requires stuff will come around. Have we dealt with it? Have we not? And so we have a choice point. Do I keep going? Do I stay with things and keep carrying this baggage that's kind of heavy? Or do I shift, change, and choose another path? Choose a path that's more authentic, more aligned. So this stage, the second spring, this realignment, it's really about letting go of the old, becoming more fully, authentically yourself. And there's a grace that comes through menopause. It is a deep time of transformation. And it really is about a personal path that is, if you think about when we're young and fertile, we grow life. Whether you've had kids or not, the potential if you're a menstruating woman is to grow life inside your uterus, inside your belly. And through menopause, as we come up to our heart, we say that's our connection with the spiritual, the divine. It's about using our life force for something now outside. We can still birth. And what is it that we want to birth in this next stage of life? When we have this culmination of wisdom, experience, inner knowing, self-knowing, a decrease of fear of what other people think, and just an increased sensitivity to telling us what we are connected to, what is working, what isn't. It's really connecting us to our inner path. And when we use this time, and it really is about stepping into a time where we have more impact, we are able to birth something that is more meaningful, and with the experience, with the life force. And it's about creating life physically when we're young, but creating a new idea, bringing it into fruition. Whether it's like, doesn't have to be, you know, often it's taking things into the community. It can be birthing a company. Like if you look at some women who've had huge impact, they really started in their 60s. Louise Hay birthed Hay House in her 60s. Jamie Lee Curtis is doing all kinds of amazing stuff. When she realized at 60, she's like, okay, I could wait for someone else to do this, but why am I not doing this? And then birthing her production company and producing movies, all the things that she's doing with all the experience that she has. There's so many women, countless women who have done this, use their life force for good post-menopause. And it's actually reported to be one of the most, if not the most fulfilling time of a woman's life. So how about that story? Doesn't that sound a little bit nicer? So it's really ushering you into this third stage of life. It's calling you to listen deeply, to strip away the things that aren't working, the things that are letting you go, follow your passion, the things that light you up. There's no joke, it's no joke. If you're excited about something, follow that. If something, irritations, intolerances, they're telling you what isn't working. So pay attention to that. So there's so much that can be done at this stage. And I find it's really working holistically to bring all the different parts of you to the table, your passion, your purpose, your interests, understanding your frustrations, your desires, your call for more, all of it, and bringing it all to the table and tending to that. And there's so much you can do. If you have symptoms, there is so much that you can do to tend to your symptoms. We have HRT. That's great. Not for all women, and it's not actually going to help you get through this period. It's the deeper work that's called for here. So it's really about having the courage to look within, to listen, and to get quiet sometimes, to get still yourself, take away some of the distractions, to listen what wants to be called, and your second spring awaits. So it's really, I invite you to just look at, what do you want to do with your life? How do you want to live? What's most exciting to you? What needs to change? And I'm going to be offering different resources, different insights into this stage of life, some really practical tools to help you deal with some of the symptoms, but also some of the energetic symptoms as well. So hopefully that offers you a bit of a different perspective. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like below. And if you want more content like this, I will be sharing every week. So a couple times a week. So please hit subscribe. And if you know any other woman that would benefit from this, please, please forward it on. It is my pleasure, my honor, my purpose here to help women transition through this stage of life with more ease, with more grace, with grace. I don't know what that word is. More grace with more power. And really what I say, when you are able to understand your body and live from this authentic place, this is where you radiate. This is where you're magnetic. This is where your life force amplifies. And so that's what I'm here to help you do. So thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing you next time.